Welcome back to the Neuro Finance Masterclass. It's day 77 of our 365 Days to Financial Freedom series, and today we're stepping onto a battlefield you might not even realize you're fighting on. In today's explainer, we're going to expose why your absolute greatest enemy in the market isn't outside of you. It's actually the gray matter sitting right between your ears. We're talking about FOMO and FUD and the literal biological war that erupts in your brain every single time you look at a chart. Let's get right into it.
Look at this quote. Your greatest enemy in the market is not the whale, the Fed, or the media. It is the gray matter between your ears. This kind of forces us to confront a really harsh reality about our own biology. You see, our brains evolved over thousands of years to do one thing: keep us safe from wild predators. We are biologically wired to survive out in the wild, not to trade crypto or stocks. And the fascinating yet deeply frustrating part about all of this? That exact biological wiring completely backfires on us the second we step into modern finance.
So here's our agenda for deconstructing these outdated impulses today: the biological mismatch, FOMO, the greed monster, FUD, the fear poison, the 10-minute rule, and finally, becoming the architect.
Part 1. The biological mismatch. Why your survival instincts are ruining your portfolios.
Picture early humans out on the savannah. If you saw a group of your tribe suddenly sprinting in one direction, you didn't just stand there and calculate the risk-reward, right? You ran. Running with the crowd meant survival. But fast forward to modern finance. If you run with the crowd today, you are going to get slaughtered. Buying just because everyone else is frantically buying or panic selling when everyone else is doing it, that's financial suicide. Your brain is literally screaming at you that joining the herd is the safe play, but the cold math of the market says the exact opposite. It's a massive, dangerous cognitive dissonance.
Moving to part 2, FOMO, the greed monster, chasing those green candles.
We all know the acronym, but let's actually understand the biology behind it. FOMO, the fear of missing out, is a completely dopamine-driven impulse. It's that painful, crawling itch you feel when you open your app and see an asset randomly spike up 20% in a single day. Your brain literally screams at you, "Everyone is getting rich except me." It creates this profound sense of urgency, a totally artificial panic that tricks you into thinking you have to act right this very second. And what happens? That dopamine rush forces you to buy at the absolute peak of the market. An architect recognizes this overwhelming urge to chase a green candle not as some genius intuition, but as a pure biological malfunction. To actually reprogram this malfunction, we have to face the cold realities of FOMO. First, you've got to recognize that dopamine trigger for exactly what it is. Second, accept a hard truth. If an asset is already up 20%, the opportunity has passed. You missed it, and you know what? That is perfectly okay. Third, jumping in now means your risk-reward ratio is fundamentally broken. You're risking maximum downside for very, very minimal remaining upside. Chasing that pump makes absolutely zero logical sense.
Section 3. FUD, the fear poison. Surviving the red candles.
Now, if FOMO is the greed that gets you to buy at the top, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is the absolute terror that gets you to sell at the bottom. The market turns red, the headlines are screaming about a total economic collapse, and FUD just floods your nervous system. It's an instinct that makes you want to dump your high-quality assets at the absolute bottom just to make the pain stop. It's an emotional eject button that literally costs retail investors billions of dollars every single year in realized losses. But here is the deepest, darkest psychological layer of this whole thing. Institutional players, the whales, actively weaponize FUD against you. They want the headlines to sound scary. They use this fear to shake out the weak hands, manipulating your biological panic so they can scoop up your high-quality assets at a massive discount. Every time you give in to FUD, you are directly transferring your wealth straight to the whales.
Part 4. The 10-minute rule. Overriding the amygdala.
So how do we fight back in this biological war? You need a mechanical override. Step 1. Just acknowledge that sudden burning emotional urge to act, whether it's buying a pump or panic selling a dip. Step 2. Physically step away from the screen for 10 minutes. Literally, do not keep staring at the chart. Close the laptop, walk away. Step 3. By taking that physical break, you are allowing your brain's logical center, the prefrontal cortex, to power back up and suppress your panicked amygdala. You're giving your body time to clear that cortisol and dopamine right out of your system.
After those 10 minutes are up and your logical brain is firmly back in the driver's seat, you have to ask yourself the ultimate litmus test. Does this move align with my Day 75 checklist? Refer back to the exact plan we meticulously built on Day 75. Does this sudden urge to buy or sell actually fit into the long-term architecture of your portfolio? If the answer is no, you do absolutely nothing. You close the app, you walk away, and you win the biological war for that day.
Finally, Section 5, Becoming the Architect, the Power of Stillness.
To permanently anchor today's breakthrough, I've got a quick cognitive task for you, some homework. Identify a specific time in the past where you acted out of FOMO or FUD. Look, we've all done it. Physically write down the result. Did you buy the top? Did you sell the bottom? Seeing the tangible cost of a biological malfunction written in your own handwriting makes it so much harder to let the amygdala ever take control again.
Wealth is not built by being fast. It is built by being still while everyone else is panicking. Let that sink in. An architect breathes through the volatility. They are the absolute calm at the very center of the storm. So let the herd run. Let them furiously chase the green candles and panic at the red ones. You remain firmly on the path. Ask yourself right now, are you going to let yourself be manipulated by your own primitive biology, or are you going to be the architect? Think on that, and I'll see you in the next explainer.